Welcome inside Northwest Stadium, football fans, located in Landover, Maryland. Today, a couple of rivals from the NFC East squaring off. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Tanner Brown ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Landover. Here's Smith on the return. Escapes the defender. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into these short yardage situations around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
First down from the 42. Hurts tucks it, starts running. They get to him behind the line block. Looks like they're going to lose a couple on that zone read.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll motion Smith left. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught with Saquon Barkley. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Hurts with it on third and short. Making the call himself. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. He'll pick up a 34 yards on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
First down. A gain of 34 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Hurts tucks it, starts running. And keeping his own read costs him. He takes a hit, loses some yards too. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack, exactly what he just did.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Looks like they get about 4 out of it, but not close to the first. That brings up 4th down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Elliott It connects there. And they're able to convert despite that errant snap.
Anytime you go on the road and you could put points on the board on your opening drive, job well done.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's brought down just inside the 25. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Kate, when you partner a relentless work ethic with elite athleticism, you get Jaden Daniels. He put on an absolute show. One of the best rookie years in the history of the game for a quarterback. And with a work ethic and speed and arm, I don't know why he would ever slow down.
And this is going to be contained at the 25-yard line. Jahan Campbell, yet another first-round defender out of Alabama. They're on the tackle.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Play action now with Daniels. He puts some air under it deep down the left. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Pass is caught at the 9. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
From the red zone now. And this is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders finish off their opening drive. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Tanner Brown on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive.
Eagles 3.
Now Brown on to send it away. On the return, Britton Covey. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And they've got a bit of momentum from the field goal on the last series, hoping to grow that into something greater with a touchdown here.
Yeah, I think one thing you find is you do not want to settle for a field goal again. Points are great, but touchdowns, that's what's win games in the NFL.
And this one doesn't go far.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And this one does not go far.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Five DBs out there for the Commanders on 3rd. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. The throw left side, caught by Brown. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard
It's
line.
a gain of 16
It's a great
yards.
pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
On first down, Hurts hits him on the out route. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Tackled on the play by the rookie out of Ole Miss.
10 yards.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
On second down, here's Barkley. He's going to bring this down to their 35. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
And an Eagles first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
First and 10, here's Hurts. It's a screen to Barkley. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning a screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Brings up second and 3.
Second and 3 now. Here's Hurts. Setting up the running back screen. Space to the left. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles hold a slim 2-point lead early. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles push their lead to 3.
10. Commanders 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Return starts at the 9. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Daniel's going to keep it. And he hits the lane for 9 into enemy territory.
Just a nice little reminder that this QB is more than a passer. They're going to call his number as a runner, too, especially if these defenses don't account for it.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes second and 1. A designed run. Daniels will keep it. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
A gain of 6. And a Washington first down. First and 10.
What's that saying, Kate, about discretion? Discretion is the better part of valor. Well, decision-making for quarterbacks is so critical. And that time, excellent discretion. Protect yourself, get the first down, and live to play another day.
He's keeping it again. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of That's another Washington first down.
1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Scoreboard shows 10-7. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Catch is made in close. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
4 yards. That's another Washington Commanders first down. First down and goal to go.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
White will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you could come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
2nd and goal coming up from the 7. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a second quarter lead. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was gonna be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird in the three-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Well, maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, but whatever.
The kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did. And he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
Brown now for the extra point. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead.
Commanders 14, Eagles 10.
Now Brown on to send it away. Here's Smith on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Jukes away from one. Dodges another stop. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
A play fake now hurts to throw. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Hurts on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
To number 6, Devontae Smith. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Commanders' 17-yard line.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Barkley trying this up the gut. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They'll motion Smith left. From the gun on third down. Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And they are on him short of that first down. They responded quickly to that throw. That brings up fourth down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
They'll run for it with Barkley. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal.
Okay, you call that play in a huddle as a quarterback, you break the huddle, and you can almost feel it right from the jump. You get that surge at the point of attack on fourth and short. They did, and then some to move those chains.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up second and goal.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Hurts the throw. Has it in close. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a second quarter lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there, because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. He hits it true, despite some issues with that snap. And the Eagles push their lead to 3.
Commanders, 14.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
18. That's good for a Washington first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. Daniels now on first down. Took off with it again. And Daniels with a smart business decision, sliding down after getting that first.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Washington first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So first down from the 41. Shotgun snap to Daniels. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Correct me if I'm wrong, partner, but I think it looked like that was actually the primary read on the play, but it's picked off before the ball could get there.
Kate, I don't think there's any question about it. You know, the college game is a game of scheme. The NFL game is a game of matchups. And that was a matchup that they wanted and worked on all week to get their running back in a one-on-one. The problem was the defense was ready for it and took it away.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
And an Eagles first down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. On first and 10, it's Hurts. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
For an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Running left, this is Barkley. And that one very short, only getting to the 27. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Hurts now from the gun. He's trying to push the field. And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game.
Commanders 14. Jake Elliott.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Daniels from the pistol. Completes one to Ben Sinnott. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More coming up from Northwest Stadium. Stick around. On first down, here's Daniels. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Eagles' 46-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. Taking a chance to the end zone. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Short pass brought in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
And the Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31. To the air again, Daniels. He keeps it and takes off. And Daniels with a smart business decision, sliding down after getting that first.
12 more yards. That's another Washington Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. From the red zone on first. Pulled in by his back, White. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Out of the gun, Daniels. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Commanders make it a 1-score game before halftime. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with their brains and their processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. And he just put on a show.
Brown now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Commanders cut it to a field goal game.
Commanders 21.
Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's Smith on the return. And he dodged the tackle. This makes it up to the 25. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
So first down from the 41. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Throw right side. Caught by Wilson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Eagles first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Philadelphia.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. It's Hurts once again. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hurts throwing again. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Commander offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come, 1st and 10. Daniels now. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And he has it all the way down to the 30-yard line.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
From the gun, a run for White. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by Jahan Campbell.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Daniels. He'll try and run this. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's a gain of 8.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. You've aids them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. The give now to White. And he stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. They run the counter with White. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Running back sent in motion. 3rd and short, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Out is Tanner Brown to try to knock this through. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. Brown's kick is up and good. And despite that bad snap, they're able to tack on 3.
Here we go, all squared up once again after the first drive of the second half. Something tells me, though, Kate, these kickers, they better stay warm because more than likely their leg is going to play a big difference in this outcome.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And in a tie game, we've been sensing a breakthrough coming, Brock. Might this be the drive where we finally see one side get the edge over the other?
Well, if it is, Kate, you know and I know it's about play-to-play execution, and more than likely, making sure they can...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge? There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Now Hurts. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes, you can get to win-win.
He takes it himself.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Hurts tucks it, starts running. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's 3rd down.
It's just a nice little tester for the defense to gauge how well it can account for the quarterback when he decides to run it.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Hurts. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they've put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They moved the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Takes it in at the 21. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Commanders set to take over. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Daniels on 1st down. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
It's a gain of 18. That's another Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's another Washington 1st down.
Well, we have seen the value of a big physical tight end. just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
And he'll go down here at the 16.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Daniels setting up the play action. Throw is caught. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a third-quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. It puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Brown now for the extra point. He hits it true, despite some issues with that snap. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7.
31, Eagles 24.
Now Brown on to send it away. Here's Smith on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Eagles first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And an Eagle first down.
New set of downs for him. He'll start at the 38. First down, a run with Barkley. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Hurts now from the gun. Steps up, and he's running with it. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down.
A gain of 15 yards.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is within reach. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Hurts to throw. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Eagles first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Gonna run with Barkley. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're gonna have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Law sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Working now from the gun. Caught on the slant. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Just shy of the goal line. A gain of 9 on the play. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 3rd and less than a yard. It's a sneak. Hurts. Oh, no luck. He tried. He was fighting, but they send him backwards on 3rd and goal. So we didn't see him challenge for the goal line, Brock. Didn't really see him challenge for anything, actually, as that sneak winds up losing yardage.
Yeah, I think the only thing we did see was an absolute butt-whooping from that defense.
This could be the snap that decides this game. It's 4th and goal. Putting a receiver in motion. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles now trail by just a point in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. Daniels now on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
2nd and 3 now. Firing quickly out wide, Daniels. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. They cross the 40 on a nice run. And he's down all the way to the 30. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Washington 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
To the air again, Daniels sends this to the end zone. He'll be the goal line. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up first and goal.
Another Washington Commanders first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field and tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you can depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders take a fourth-quarter lead. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Brown now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Commanders 38, Eagles 31.
Now Brown on to send it away. Coming now to return this. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Connects on the crosser. And he will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
First down.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
And he gives himself up after a short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Just a little reminder right there that he's more than a passer. They'll call his number as a runner, too, especially if the defenses don't account for him.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Get some space around midfield. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's good for Eagles. First down. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Eagles.
First down from the 42. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Complete out to the right. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. Hurts tucks it, starts running. And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied. With the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Barkley can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Well, Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
Here he is to throw. It's a screen to Barkley. The stand continues. This one doesn't even make it back to the line, Brock, and it sets up 4th and goal.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Desperation time here. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut it to a point late in this one. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th.
38-all.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return coming from the 6. Escapes the defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, they say you never go broke taking a profit. Just find that completion. And it may not be a Benjamin, but even those little dollar bills start to add up.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw it. One's dropped for what would have been a nice game. He was looking for Terry McLaurin, and now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Looking to throw it. Caught as McLaurin downfield. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. They get 37 on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout. Tanner Brown out in the game's biggest moment. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. That one is good! And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
Commanders
I know that was a
41.
kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
Now Brown on to send it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.